So days 2 and 3. Today is actually day 3 of week 11, but let's talk about day 2. Mostly I cleaned, tidied, did a lot of Swiffering, and I did get in some other exercising. Right now I'm stretching. I don't know what I did off the top of my head. But today I've got all these practice tests for this class, so that's gonna take a lot of time out of my studying, and I did not get to study as much as I wanted last night. But I took mostly this whole Sabbath time period. I actually took that free. I didn't study. It looks like exercising consisted of about almost an hour and 20 minutes or so. About 30 minutes of stretching, 5 minutes of katas. The rest of it was a combination of Swiffering, taking out trash, tidying up, dusting stuff. I was kind of like on the floor, wiping off the floors, and a little bit of manual tasks, but pretty light. Yesterday I kept my phone off from Friday night pretty much until about 10:30 in the daytime, and I didn't really use it other than listening to music. I watched one video while I was eating lunch, and then otherwise I didn't really watch any other thing till after 4. I don't think I watched anything after 4 either. I can't remember watching anything, but I was playing music from 12 to 4. I was doing mostly a lot of reading from about 10:25 to just about noon, and then a little bit after noon, and then from that time after I ate lunch in the afternoon, a little more reading until I just wanted to play some music. So it was a good day, very restful. Then in the evening I was feeling very uncomfortably constipated, which I have a feeling is just about ready to resolve itself. But I took a probiotic last night too, a dose of one. There's 2 gummies. I'm trying to drink some C4 right now. So I'm noticing, even though I powered my phone off last night, I thought it was just me. On Friday I powered my phone off, Friday night. And then I thought it, when I checked it at 10:30, I just kind of flipped it over and I was like, oh, it's on again. Last night I powered off my phone again, and then this morning was the same thing. I flipped it over and it was on again. So I don't know why my phone's automatically turning itself back on. I thought it was just an accident that maybe I didn't fully power it off the first time on Friday night. I was like, maybe I didn't power it off completely. But it turns out that I did power it off completely. And it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying to to think that the phone was just turning itself back on. I don't really know what to do with that. I don't know what I wanted to do for exercise yesterday. I didn't really podcast because I wasn't really online in the morning, and it wasn't online, so I also didn't post all the backdated episodes from week 10. I only posted about half of week 10 last week during week 10. But yeah, I just didn't post a lot because I was like, well, I didn't post at all because I was, a little bit more concerned about what I need to do for today. So I'm up early. I would love to work out this early, but I'm gonna have to find a way to prioritize. I don't know, I'm probably gonna work out in small sets today, which is annoying. I don't really like doing that, but I don't know. If I take these tests, I want to leave 2 for tomorrow, so taking 5 today is gonna take me 6, 7.5 hours, and that's if they go well. It's gonna take me 7.5 hours to take those tests, or it could take, I still have 2 other ones. I have to do 7 total. But I did already waste a lot of study time last week taking 5 of them, or 4 of them, to where I didn't pass high enough, but I got into, I don't know if it was the low 70s or high 60s range, which still isn't good enough. I need to be at like 77 to be able to stop taking these tests, and I need to be able to study for the tests to be able to pass them. And so that's kind of the complication with having to take these practice tests, is that the way they're timed, they're so long too, and it's an hour and a half every single test. So if I'm taking 90-minute tests and I have 7 of them to take, I don't know when there's going to be time to study if I have to take 7 of those. And that's kind of the complaint that a lot of the class has, because it's like, well, there's no time to study. How are we going to study? And then we had a bunch of assignments due and everything, and at this point, I'm just like, I just need to get done with this stuff. It's going to get me to schedule a test, pass the test, schedule a test. But I do need to study. I need to prioritize studying. So what I'm going to do is first thing this morning, take 2 of those practice exams, and then I might need to like study between or something. I don't know. But I'll see. I don't think I slept very well, but today's Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know if I'm watching Super Bowl, because I just realized how much time I have to spend doing this other stuff. But I don't know. I'm pretty tired though. I might just do these practice tests. I'm pretty tired this morning. And mostly I think I need to focus on working out and studying. These practice tests are just going to be a big distraction, and I don't find them to be very helpful, at least not at the moment. It's not helpful for me to be taking these tests. like I get it, but at the same time I'm like, I kind of know that it's a barrier to being able to study longer. So like if I have a test on Thursday or Friday and I've got to spend all Sunday taking practice tests, and I did technically take Saturday off, even though I did study at night, but it wasn't a whole lot. So I'm gonna need to figure that out this morning. That's more where my head is than other stuff. So I'm gonna go get my laundry out of the garage. Probably start using the restroom because I really kind of have to go. I've had to go for a long time. But yeah, this is crazy. If my phone turns itself on in the mornings, that's kind of insane to me. Or maybe it's turning itself on overnight. I don't know. Or maybe I didn't press the right thing. I did that one slide to turn off. So maybe that wasn't the right thing. I don't know. I don't really turn my phone off, but I was doing it to help my sleep. So I feel like overall it did help my sleep. But now that I know it doesn't fully turn off, that's probably not going to help me. Because I'm going to know it's on. And I wonder if it's supposed to do that. I don't know anything about that. Because like I said, I don't turn it off that much. Alright, well I've got to kind of get up, get to the bathroom, get these practice tests rolling. I'm going to run through at least 2 early this morning, so that's going to take me till 9 a.m., 9:30 something a.m., which is a waste of my morning. And then I'll probably do 2 more tonight. But in between all that, I'm going to need to actually be studying. So I'm going to do what I need to do to submit this stuff and then study. But let me see how long it all takes. Yeah, kind of annoying. I don't feel like I'm properly stretched even, but I don't want to take too long this morning because I got so much to do. So I'm going to start doing what I need to do this morning to kind of get to a place where I can study. Sorry I'm moving around a lot. I'm getting dressed. Alright, I guess that's it for now. I don't have a lot planned as far as what I want to do. I gotta finish what I need to do first, and I'll finish up the workout portion. But yeah. Alright, so I ate some of that oat bran cereal, and before that I also had some ginger tea. So I'm hoping that'll help my stomach or my intestinal situation figure things out. Just high fiber and some ginger. I tried to do some exercising. I got 46 minutes worth if I count the 12 minutes, which I actually said was 15 minutes because I went and was in the laundry room getting some stuff done. So I counted like 15 minutes of stretching / tidying, and then the rest of it was like kind of like high knees, but not like running, more like walking pace high knees. A little bit of squats, some lunges, nothing too much, just because my I don't know, it's not comfortable with that area of my stomach until I can kind of figure that out. So I don't know, I feel like I've been eating relatively good fiber amounts, but I do think that McDonald's is still in there, so that's my own fault. And I probably need more water too, so I'm trying to make sure I hydrate too. So yeah, I got in 46 minutes. It didn't feel that focused or that great because I had my Professor Messer video tutorials playing in the background for the study guides for Core 2, and then I've just got all that on my mind. I just feel a little off. But at least for now, that's going to be at least the bare minimum. I got in the movement. It wasn't extreme, but I don't think I could have done anything too intensive today anyways, just because yeah, I couldn't have been that intensive today just because I'm like because of, you know, a little bit of, I guess I'd call it soreness, discomfort. So I'm seeing if I'm gonna go to CVS. I've got an appointment in about 45 minutes. I'm seeing if I'm gonna go to CVS after that. I hate buying stuff there, but it's fast, and I don't want to use Amazon. I need a toothbrush, some toothpaste before I run out of toothpaste. Try to get everything done so that this week I can just focus on studying, but I'm already noticing that things aren't going too well. I can't really tell if the stomach thing is truly the McDonald's or if it's maybe like a stress reaction, because I remember about this time last exam I was definitely having some reactions intestinally, some stomach issues, just kind of some kind of food sensitivities in a way. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just wasn't feeling like I could eat just everything. Like I would feel easily just kind of not nauseous, but kind of like very picky. Like there was certain stuff that, like certain scents, I wasn't really into them, or certain types of food I was like, I don't know if I can really eat that. So I'm starting to kind of feel that way. I felt that way the other day, and I know it is kind of a stress response, because Wednesday I felt that way when we had that or Thursday actually, when we had that sudden it was kind of like a presentation where we had to do a behavioral interview question, 1 or 2, and there was a list of 20. So I tried to like make the example, but we had to dress professionally and be on camera and available, and they told us on Wednesday that we were going to do this on Thursday, just all of a sudden. And then so I had to spend study time kind of preparing for that, and it just seems like there's so much getting in the way of studying. But I guess on my breaks, the things that are on my mind is like studying and dating related stuff, so that's kind of where a lot of my stressors are coming from. So those are probably the topics I'll probably talk about a bit on my breaks, just to kind of get a little processing in of that kind of stuff, but just to get it out of my mind. But yeah, I'm trying to take breaks, and then yeah, I don't know, I got a headache, of course, obviously, because of the intestinal stuff. I'm debating if I should go get a Pepto container, which is why I mentioned CVS, because I was like, well, if I get Pepto, and then I'm like, well, if I'm gonna need other stuff too, so maybe like a couple cans of C4. I'm kind of doing the math on it, and I'm like, if I get 2 cans of C4, that's gonna be 400 milligrams. I'll still need more caffeine probably by the end of the week, so I'll probably need to get 1 can and then order the C4 powders from the box. That's probably the cheapest option, and then I can't find those in the stores. I don't like driving far to stores, and I live near multiple stores, so I try to just go to the ones right near, and CVS is kind of the fastest. It's not the closest, but it's the fastest, so because you can just pop in, and as long as you're not paying at the counter where they take absolutely forever to check you out, and like there's always elderly people talking to the clerks and like talking too much and taking too much time, and they're really, really slow. Honestly, I feel like every CVS is super slow. Walgreens too, they tend to be like super slow at the registers, but even if there's like 3 people in front of you, you're gonna be waiting quite a bit. But I don't know, I'm just trying to focus. So I got, I'm just trying to keep my routine down. This week might not be the best of workouts, but I'm going to try my best to at least go through the motions. I mean, I don't know if I can do much more than that. And with my stomach feeling as it does, I might not be able to do that much more, but I might, I mentioned it before, I might try to do 2 days just to kind of counter some of the stress. I might try and do 2 days, but I'm not too sure yet. If I'm gonna do 2 days or not, I haven't really determined fully what I want to do. But yeah, I did the bare minimum today, so I'm gonna go from here. It's still early. It's 9:48 a.m. It's still early, so I've got enough time to kind of figure out how much I can get done and try not to get too distracted by the fact that I've got a lot. I'm trying to just jump in and do it.